We recently hit 100 subscribers, which is an amazing first milestone for this channel, and I thought this is a perfect opportunity to make a special video. So let's make a game within 100 minutes, because you know, we hit 100 subscribers. I made games in 5, 3 and even 2 days before, but having only 100 minutes to make a game is far more challenging, even for a super experienced game developer like me. So, what kind of game is easy to make in such a short amount of time? A mobile game, of course. This would also be an amazing opportunity to hopefully generate some cash, because you can put something into your mobile games called ads, and every time you watch an ad in my game, I'm one step closer to becoming a millionaire. Right now I'm broke, so this could come pretty handy. So, what kind of mobile game are we going to make? Pong, of course. Wait, don't click away, we will spice it up. There will be more than one ball and you can decide how many there are, mostly. But keep in mind that shooting more balls can also hurt yourself. But now, let's start for real. I set a 100-minute timer, started it, and the challenge began. I created 2 squares that will represent the player and the enemy. I added a rectangle in front of each square. These will be the pedals. I quickly put together a script to make the player's pedal move left and right. This was easy to implement, but then I realized that I was making a mobile game, but in my script I used keyboard input to make the pedal move. But guess what? You don't have a keyboard on your mobile device, I think. So I had to look up how to make an object move with touch controls and rewrite the entire code, but now we can make the pedal move on mobile devices. Next up I added a ball, and everything I had to do was coded to act like the ball in Pong, but I messed everything up, just like I did with my life. I made a simple function to shoot the ball into a random direction at the beginning of each game. And I made it bouncy to bounce back from the walls. My function worked and the ball starts moving, but for some reason it didn't bounce off the walls, no matter what I tried. So I had to seek help online. In the end it was only a minor mistake. I had to apply force to the ball instead of applying velocity. Don't ask why though. We only have 70 minutes left. Let's keep going. Yes, you heard that right. Everything I managed to do so far was making the player's pedal movement and the ball movement, and 30 minutes were already over. You know what that means? I really had to hurry up in order not to fail this challenge. I quickly made a script that makes the enemy pedal always move towards the ball's X position with a certain speed. And now I can already play Pong, but it's very slow and boring, and playing feels a little bit weird. So I increased the ball's speed and decreased the panel size, and now it's already much better. At this point you could play Pong against the computer, so basically we had a full game. No, I had to stop lying to myself. This game wasn't even completed enough to act as a standard Pong game, and we aren't even making a standard Pong game. We wanted to add unique gameplay mechanics, remember? So I got back to work. The first thing I did was implementing the shooting mechanic I kind of mentioned before. It was pretty easy to make. A new ball simply spawns with a random speed whenever the player stops touching the screen. The enemy pedal always tries to push away the closest ball too, and look at that, we have a pretty intense and unique Pong gameplay with as many balls as we want. Oh, and while testing I realized that you can create a particle accelerator when shooting loads and loads of balls. That information is very useful, I know. After that I left Unity to draw sprites for the game, because some white balls and a blue background are boring. I decided to go with a simple medieval-like style. But hey, that looks like trash. I know, but I only had like 40 minutes left, so I had other problems. I applied health to the players and the enemy squares, added health bars and made balls disappear when they hit the player or the enemy square. And with 28 minutes remaining we had a mostly completed game. No, we didn't. We still needed a main menu, a score counter and sounds. I imported a fancy looking font and made this very simple main menu with a title and a play button. At this point I had about 20 minutes left, but there was still so much to do. I quickly implemented the score counter. It counts the players and the enemy's wins, and your goal is to win as many times as possible. You lose when the enemy wins 3 times, but I realized that it's almost impossible for the enemy to win even 1 round as soon as the player spams balls, so I had to change that. I increased the enemy's pedal speed slightly and limited the amount of balls the player can shoot. You start with 1 ball and you can shoot more balls as soon as one of the balls touches one of these power-ups I added. Now the game is much better and it's actually quite fun to play. Now everything that was left to do was adding a game over screen and ads, which is good because the 100 minutes were almost over. So I quickly put together a game over screen where you can see the round results and also your high score. And as the last 5 minutes of my worthy time slowly started to dissolve, I realized I didn't add sound effects yet. So I did that real quick, and I also made this very simple tutorial so a new player knows what's going on. In the end I had about 2 minutes left to implement ads. Ads? Wait, I never did that before. How do you add ads? Alright, the timer ran out some minutes ago, but now we have ads in the game, so everything is good. Alright, nothing was good. Just some minutes later I tried to export the game to Android and iOS, but I kept running into these very weird errors. I guess I fucked up something pretty badly again, just as always. But I was way too lazy to fix these errors, so I just gave up. Maybe I will try to fix this issue later, so one day you can play this truly amazing looking AAA game too. Well, now I can't earn a single buck with this game, which sucks pretty bad, so make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to support me and you actually enjoyed watching this, as it really helps me. That was everything, thanks for watching, I hope you have a great day and see you next time.